Let's go in the living room, shall we? May I have Louise bring you something?
No, I don't want anything. I just want to know what this is about. Have you heard from Jamie?
No, I haven't heard from Jamie. It's not about him.
Well, then what's it about?
Please sit down. Rachel, there's something I want you to know. And I feel it only right that I be the one to tell you rather than you hearing it some other way.
Well, you're making this sound very mysterious.
No, it's not at all mysterious. It's just a personal matter.
Well, what is it?
I've asked Alice Frame to marry me, and she's accepted.
No, like here. Now, we know something is being taken inside the warehouse, only the picture isn't very clear. So there's no way of telling what it is. We can't make it out.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And I've told you before, all the pictures Mitch took were stolen.
Right, but I thought those pictures were taken before Black Hawk was involved in the Doc project.
Yes, they were, but apparently he got the bid in first. I understand. You call it intuition, call it anything you want. Something tells me that something is going on down there. I mean, my report tells me there's a lot of activity, an increase in security and all those things. Now, that's got my curiosity, you know?
Right. And you're not buying that line about government contracts causing all the tightened security, all that stuff, right?
Are you kidding? Now, my guess is that with all this activity and that type of security can be traced back right to the owner and the president of the Black Hawk Project. And that goes to Mr. Edward Black himself. With all this activity, I'll bet you 10 to 1 that guy is either on his way into Bay City very shortly or he's already here. Now, I'll tell you something, Sandy. This goes without saying. I wouldn't be talking to you if it weren't true. I've been very pleased with all the work you've been doing for us.
Oh, thanks, Philip.
But there is one other thing I'd like you to do.
Shoot.
That's just it. I want you to go out and shoot a picture of this mysterious Mr. Edward Black. Yeah?
See, I really wanted that lit class, the American novel, but apparently it's been closed for some time. Is that right? And
there's so many students in the English lit department that they do a lot of pre-registration with the majors.
Well, what should I do about it? Because I really want that class, and I work in the afternoon, so mornings are the only time I can take a class.
Fill out the form as if the class were still open. Then go to the first class. The instructor might add an extra place.
Really? Oh, that's great. Well, thanks for your help. I really appreciate it.
I hope you get the class.
Oh, I do too. Thank you.
Jamie?
Hi, Sally.
Hi, Sally. That's all you can say to me, huh? Walking out on your wife, your job. Everybody in Bay City is word sick about you. And all you can say is, hi, Sally.
Another world.
You and Alice are getting married?
Yes, that's right. And I wanted you to hear it from me.
Well, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I don't see anything crazy about it. We're in love with each other.
Don't you see what she's doing?
What I see, Rachel, is a warm, loving, giving woman who truly wants nothing more than that we should find some happiness together.
Well, that's really nice. But you've got another one to add to your list.
Well, I don't understand that, especially coming from you. But I really wish you'd try. Please try to understand.
I'm sorry, I'll never be able to understand this.
Rachel, what you and I had, it was very special. Our love was a very exciting kind of love. I'll never, ever forget it. But that's past now. And you'll have to admit that it was never calm. It was never tranquil.
It was never boring either.
No, boring it was not. But so much has happened between us, so many terrible things. I feel now that what I need is a sense of stability, a sense of calmness. Alice can give me that. Alice has already given me that.
Yes, I'm sure she senses what it is you need and is giving that to you. She's a very good nurse. I just wonder if that's what she's really like.
Perhaps I know a little bit better than you do, Rachel. You must admit that you could never look at her except through rather more than slightly jaundiced eyes. She's a truly good person.
Yes, so I've always been told.
Rachel, you forced me to accept the fact that what we had is over. I've had to put it behind me. I have to get on with my life. We've both done what we thought was best for ourselves, separately. You chose to leave me and go with Mitch. I genuinely hope that he can bring you the happiness that I couldn't give you. Now, can't you hope the same for Alice and me?
No, I'm afraid I can't.
Rachel, I wanted to tell you also, I've heard where Jamie is.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
Well, I haven't had the chance. I don't always get a chance to
Well,
say
where is he?
He's in Detroit with Marianne Holloway.
What?
Yes, it's true.
Well, have you talked to him?
No, I haven't.
Well, how do you know this?
From Cecile. Cecile told me that a note was found on his calendar.
And you believed her?
Well, she was very upset.
Well, I can't imagine why. I mean, she's got your other son now. What difference would it possibly make to her where Jamie is or who he's with?
Rachel, why must you always say unkind things like that?
It's very difficult for me to be kind where Cecile is concerned. I can only tell you the truth. You know what I find very interesting?
I can't imagine.
Why is it you seem to choose to believe the worst about Jamie right now?
That's a very foolish question. I've never believed the worst of Jamie, and you know that.
Well, that's the way it looks to me now. I guess maybe it's more convenient for you.
Convenient? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I guess you want to wipe this slate clean and start a whole brand new life. You've got a brand new son, and now you've gone out and gotten yourself a brand new wife. Jamie's gone, and I'll be gone, too. I guess there really isn't any more room in your life for Jamie and me.
So you think the mysterious Mr. Black is in Bay City?
Yeah, he's already here. And that's where you come in.
On this?
I haven't been able to get one bit of information on this guy. My research has been on it for weeks, and they haven't been able to come up with anything since the thing up in the cabin with the hostage situation.
That's right. Blackhawk, they're the people who provided the plane, right?
That's right. And all my research has been able to get is a page or two on this guy. And it's all very discreet. It's very dry. It has absolutely no substance. It's no news value whatsoever. I'll tell you something. This Mr. Black is a real mystery. And on top of that, he has no history. He has no past. There's nothing. And as far as I can tell, there isn't even a picture.
That's where I come in, right?
That's where you come in, Sandy. I want you to go down there. I want you to get a picture of this Mr. Black. I want you to get a picture of the whole operation down at the warehouse.
Well, Philip, it might not be that easy, you know? I mean, from what we were saying about Titan security.
No. Wait a minute, Sandy. I don't want you to do anything that's illegal in getting into there, okay?
Yeah.
But you and I both know something. We know that there's a way to get in there safe. We know there's a way to get the pictures and get in and get out, and I can promise you something else. Those pictures are not going to be stolen from under us this time.
Well, Philip, I'll do what I can. I mean, all I can promise you is I'll try. But you know, this may be an opportunity for me to put some of that Vegas training to good use. Yeah?
What do you want me to say?
Well, for one, you could tell me what you're doing here.
Well, probably the same thing you're doing, registering for classes.
A base stamp? Oh, I thought you graduated 2 or 3 years ago.
No, I had to drop out when I married Blaine, but I only have a semester left to get my BA, so that's what I'll be doing.
Then you're not coming back to Cory Publishing.
No.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm taking classes, and I've got a job. That's all.
You know that everybody's worried sick about you, don't you?
Well, there's no need. I left word with my mother and Mac before I left.
Yeah, well, I've heard about that from Cecile, the letters, right?
Right.
Well, Rachel and Mac, I guess, had quite a fight over them. And Rachel doesn't think you're ever coming back to Bay City.
I never left.
Well, why didn't you tell anybody that you were okay?
I had my reasons.
Oh, I'll bet you did. And I bet you planned on not telling him that you were here either, registering for school, that you got a new job, and that you were all right.
No, but I have a feeling if I don't, you will.
Oh, you bet I will. You know why? Because I think
Why?
what you did was really dumb. No, not dumb, mean, which is even worse. Because a lot of people were worried about you, and you didn't let them know anything.
Would it make you feel better if I told you that I'm going to see my mother today?
Maybe. A little. But I still think that you should call Mr. Cory and then Cecile, because I know that they're really worried about you.
No, I think my mother's enough for now.
Oh, I guess you know about Cecile and Sandy, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, I'm really sorry. I did not mean to jump all over you like that.
That's okay.
Okay. But, you know, a lot of people that really care about you have really been worried.
I know. You know, I wanted to tell them
Yeah?
in my own time. But now seeing you, I guess that time has moved a little closer, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Would you do me a small favor?
What is it?
Well, now, don't worry. It's no big deal.
Okay.
Okay, just don't tell anyone you saw me here today. Not yet. Not until I see my mother first, okay?
All right.
Good.
But, Jamie.
Yeah.
I think you owe me one.
Okay.
Okay.
20, 40, 61. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. What's the matter?
I was just over seeing Mac.
What about?
He told me that he and Alice are getting married. I told him I thought he was making a big mistake. Of course, he didn't believe that.
Well, why should he? He felt the same way about you and Mitch.
That was different.
How?
She's going to cause him a lot of pain.
Well, that's something he has to find out for himself. You know, when you and Mac agreed to get a divorce, you must have known that he might want to get married again.
Yes, but to Alice Frame.
Well, he's free. He can marry anybody he wants to.
He's already changed a lot.
How has he changed?
He's turning against Jamie.
Come on, you don't really believe that, do you?
Cecile told him that Jamie had gone to Detroit with Mary Ann.
You don't think it's true?
I know it's not true, but Mac was willing to believe it. He's willing to believe the worst about Jamie now. It's as though now that he's got Sandy, he really doesn't care what happens to us. I don't know what to do.
About what?
About Mac and Alice and Jamie.
Come on, Jamie. He's going to be just fine. Even if he is in Detroit with Mary Ann, which I doubt very much. And, there's nothing you can do about Mac and Alice because it's none of your business.
Even though he's making a mistake.
Even though he's making a mistake.
Baby, you didn't sleep again last night, did you?
Honey, I don't know what I'm going to do. What if I can't sleep tonight? I'm so tired.
Why don't you call Ada and just tell her you're going to come into work late today? You go to bed and just get some rest. I'm sure she's not going to mind. Look, honey, I'm going to be here all day. You don't have anything to worry about.
I don't know, Larry.
Come on, honey. I mean, it's better than worrying.
Okay, you're right. Hello? It's him again, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what we're going to do, Larry. I don't think those phone calls are ever going to stop.
Yes, they will, baby. I promise.
Hi there.
Yes, sir. Can I help you?
Well, I sure hope so. I'm a photographer from the Daily Ledger. My name is Sandy Corey, and I was wondering if it'd be all right if I took some shots of the dockside.
I see. What'd you say your name was again, sir?
Sandy Corey.
Corey.
Right, Corey.
You. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Corey, but your name's not on the list.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. See, I didn't think it would be. But like I said, I am from the Ledger, and, well, I was sure you guys wouldn't have anything to hide from a reporter. I mean, you don't have anything to hide, do you?
Mr. Corey, if your name's not on the list, I'm afraid I can't let you in the gate. Now, if you're from the Ledger,
I am from the Ledger.
Well, then I would suggest that you go through the proper channels and go to the Blackhawk offices downtown and request permission to come in here and take your photographs.
Okay, well, who do I contact at this office?
Well, you'd have to speak with a Mr. Denver Hobson. Now, if he gives you permission, I can assure you I'll be happy to see that you get a tour of the site.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
You know, I was thinking, maybe we should get one of those telephone answering machines for Clarice.
What for?
Well, with the machine, she'd be able to monitor her calls. Now, if it's somebody she wants to talk to, she can pick up the phone and answer it. But if it's not, then she doesn't even have to touch the phone.
I hear you.
You know, there's something else about it, too.
Yeah, what?
Well, with that machine, now maybe we'd be able to get that guy on tape. And maybe that way the department would be able to do something. Identify voices, sounds, something like that.
Well, all right, listen, let's go get it. I'm ready.
Look, why don't you wait here with Clarice and I'll go and buy one. And that way when I get back, we can get it set up and be ready if he calls again today.
Partner, you know you're beautiful. I mean, this may not solve the problem, but it's going to make it a lot easier on Clarice.
Well, I think this should make you happy.
What is this?
A letter from Lee.
Oh, yeah? How's he doing on the team?
Well, fine, I guess. He seems to be very happy.
That's good, isn't it?
Well, maybe it's good for Lee and you. But what about me? I don't think he's ever coming back to Bay City.
Sally, he's only been gone less than a week. Of course, he's still very excited. He's doing what he's always wanted to do.
I know that. I know. I just miss him a lot.
Hey, I can understand that. And it must be awfully lonely for you in that apartment all by yourself, too.
Well, that won't be a problem for much longer because tonight I'm moving. I don't like it there without him. It's just so empty, you know.
You're moving tonight?
Yeah, I might as well. I mean, there's really no reason for me to stay there now.
Where will you go?
Back to my grandfather's.
I'm really sorry you're feeling so lonely right now, Sal.
Well, I probably wouldn't be feeling so lonely if you hadn't set up that offer. you know, if you'd still be here and...
Please try to understand why I did that, Sally. It was for Lee, that's all. I want what's best for him.
I know that.
Hey, look, I'd like to try to make this up to you if I can. How about letting me take you out to dinner? I owe you that much at least.
Maybe sometime.
Will you name the time?
Okay, I will. I really have to go, but I'm going to leave that letter for you to read, okay?
Okay, I'll return it.
Okay.
Oh, Sally,
Yeah.
Did Jamie ever come back to the complex?
No, he didn't.
And he didn't say a word to anybody?
Well, hardly anybody.
What does that mean? Does anybody know where he is?
I'm not really supposed to say anything to anybody about this, but... Well, Jamie is still in Bay City.
What?
Yeah, I ran into him today over at the college, and he's registering for some classes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't want anybody to know where he is?
No, I guess not. I think he needs some time to himself.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear he's all right.
Yeah, he seemed like he was doing just fine.
Good.
Well, I have to go. I'll talk to you later.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Sal.
There now, sweetie. You've had a busy day, little boy. Down you go. Oh, toys now. Now it's time for nap. Okay, there you go, sweetie. You cute little thing. All right, I'm going to go and make your dinner now. You have a good sleep. Jamie! Oh, honey! Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah. What, didn't you get my letter?
Of course I got your letter. But why didn't you pick up the phone and call me yourself and tell me you were okay? I've been very worried about you. If Mac hadn't told me you were in Detroit, I never would have known.
Detroit? I wasn't in Detroit.
You weren't?
No. Where did Mac get that idea?
From Cecile.
From Cecile. Well, I might have known. I don't know. And what did Cecile tell Mac I was doing in Detroit? Building cars or something?
No. She said that you were there with Marianne.
What?
Mm-hmm. She said that, she told Mac that Sandy gone into your, office at the complex and he'd gotten your desk, whatever, diary.
Calendar?
Yeah. And you had marked down that Marianne was going to Detroit in her flight in her hotel room or something?
I can't believe that. I knew that she was leaving town. I made a note of it, but that's all, just that she was leaving. And you say Sandy found this on my desk?
Yes, I think so.
Well, that would certainly justify Sandy moving in on Cecile. But I don't care about that anymore, believe me.
Well, honey, if you weren't in Detroit, where were you?
Well, I never left town. I was right here in Bay City.
You were right here in Bay City, and you never called me?
Mom.
Look, I was very worried about you.
What, are you going to yell at me now?
I guess not. I was just real worried. Well, listen, honey, if you've been here, where have you been?
Well,
You staying someplace? Where?
I don't want to tell you.
Why? You afraid I'm going to come over with mounds of groceries and advice or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Thanks a lot. What about a phone number?
Not yet.
You rat. When are you going back to Cory Publishing?
I'm not.
Oh. Well, what are you going to do?
I have another job.
Doing what?
I start today.
What are you going to do?
Construction work.
Outside?
Well, yeah, that's usually where construction work is. Outside.
Honey, that's not the right kind of job for you.
Oh, why not?
Well, you're too bright for that kind of work.
Mom, I want this job. Now, I got it by myself. No qualifications, no experience. I mean, okay, it doesn't pay much right now, but it'll be enough to live on, enough to make payments on Cecile's car, on the penthouse. You know, finally I have a chance to have some time to myself, you know. You know, sort out what I want to do and what I want to do as far as work is concerned. You understand that?
Well, I can try.
Good. What time is it? Oh, I've got to go. I want to get some sleep before work, okay?
Oh, okay. It's good to see you.
Good to see
Listen,
you.
honey, I'm going to call Mac and tell him that you're all right and that you're here, okay?
All right, now when you get home from work, you can check to see what message you have by checking this counter here. Now, if it doesn't say 0, that means that somebody called while you're out.
I get it.
Right.
And now what do I do?
Now, then you press rewind. When it gets to the end of the tape, you stop it and press playback. And there are your messages.
It's pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Do you understand it?
I think so.
Now, you want me to explain it again?
No, I think I got it okay.
All right, then there's one other thing that is very important. If he does call, we're going to want to save that
But
message.
I hope he doesn't.
Look, baby, we all want that.
But if he does, then don't press rewind. Just go ahead and move the counter to 0, and then go ahead and record from that point on. You got that?
Okay, if he calls, I don't press the rewind. I just move that little counter there till it's 0.
Yeah.
3 zeros.
That's it.
That's pretty easy.
Very good.
Do you think it's going to help?
Well, like I said, baby, it's a start. And at least this way, if we get this guy's voice on tape, we can take it down to the department, and maybe we can identify it. All right?
Hello. There wasn't anybody out there.
That's quite all right, Mr. Corey. What can I do for you?
Well, actually, I'm a photographer from the Daily Ledger.
Ah, yes. I met your editor, Mr. Lyons, Philip Lyons.
That's right. That's right. Well, anyway, I went down to the dockside today to take some photos, and the guard said I couldn't come in.
That's because your name wasn't on his list.
Right, that's what the guard said.
Well, that's not a large problem.
No?
No. I'll just call down to the dock and put your name on the list.
Really? That's all there is to it?
That's all. Did you think there would be some trouble about it?
Well,
Believe me, Mr. Corey, we're not trying to keep anyone out, not really. But you must understand that we have some government contracts and we have to be careful.
yeah, sure, I can understand that.
Good.
Listen, would it be possible for me to go back down today? I mean, I'd really like to if it can be arranged.
If you'll come back with me to my desk, I'll call and make the arrangements.
Great, thanks a lot. I really do appreciate it.
It's no problem, Mr. Corey. I assure you.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie was here?
Yeah, he was. He wants some pepper.
No, thanks. How is he? Is he okay?
He's just fine.
I told you so. Where's he been?
He's been here in Bay City all along.
He has?
Yes, he wasn't in Detroit.
Did you tell him what you'd heard?
Yep. He said that he had known that Marianne was going to Detroit, but he had never marked down her hotel room and her flight number.
Well, I wonder how that story got started.
It's perfectly simple. Cecile started it.
Well, now, why would she do that? That doesn't make any sense.
It might not make any sense to us, but you can believe it made sense to Cecile.
Well, what about Jamie? What's he doing?
He's doing construction.
Construction?
I don't know why he's doing that.
Well, I do. It's very simple. He thinks that he's been protected.
He's worked very hard for everything he's got.
I know he has. Now he wants to prove himself. He thinks that everything's been handed to him. He wants to get it himself, do it himself, by himself.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, believe him. I think what Jamie's doing is great.
Do you really? You're not just saying that to make me feel better?
Nope. I really think that what he's doing is wonderful. I'm not worried about Jamie one bit.
You're not?
No, I am worried about you, though.
Why?
Well, I think that it's time that you started thinking about your life. And pay a little attention to You and Mitch.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't had much time to think about him with Jamie on my mind.
Well, if you want this thing to work out, you have to do something about you and Mitch before you lose him.
Come right in, Mr. Cavallo. Have a seat.
Thanks.
Can I get you some coffee or anything?
No, thanks.
I trust you've got some good news for me?
It's not bad.
Not bad.
No, things are going actually pretty good.
That means we'll meet the deadline?
Yeah, I think so. If the weather holds.
It had better hold.
Well, Mr. Hobson, I don't have much control over that, but if you do...
No, I don't either. It's just a little out of my province.
I thought so.
Were you able to hire enough men to work around the clock?
Yeah, I hired the last guys just today, and here's a list of all the guys we hired for both projects.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Sure is, but you wanted it done on time. This is the only way we can do it.
No complaints, just an observation. The project is becoming a very big operation these days. Are these all good men?
Yeah, they're pretty good, I'd say. Look, we had to hire a few that were pretty green, but it seems to me that they have the smarts.
Oh, good.
They'll work out just fine.
That's good to hear. You're doing a very good job for us, Cavallo, and I want you to know I appreciate it.
Thanks. Well, it's not hard to do a good job when you have the money to hire experienced men.
Well, whatever it takes. Just as long as we get that place built by October 22nd.
Relax, Mr. Hobson. We'll get it done. No problem.
Good. Very good.
Whoa, excuse me. Can I go in here?
No. This particular warehouse is off limits except authorized personnel, Mr. Corey, because of the type of equipment that's stored in there.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to take anything.
Well, that really isn't the point, sir.
You sure I can't go in?
That's right. I have my instructions just as I'm sure you've got yours. And I can't let you in there, especially with that camera of yours. I'm sure you understand.
Hey, you know what's funny about that? I mean, all the photos I've been allowed to take. Well, I could have taken them just as easily by using a telephoto lens from across the bay right there. Oh.
Now, what was that?
Oh, you know, I think I just tripped the shutter release. I probably got a great picture of my shoes.
No, I see. So, you new at this kind of work, Mr. Corey?
No, not really, but I'm kind of clumsy sometimes, you know? Say, what about this Mr. Black?
What about him?
I mean, what's he like? Have you ever met him?
I have no idea what he's like, and no, I've never met him.
It's funny, you know, nobody who works for him ever has they?
That may be so.
Well, don't you find that kind of peculiar?
No, not in the least.
Okay. Well, what else can I see?
Oh, I think we've seen just about all that we can see, Mr. Corey. So why don't you let me show you to the gate?
Okay, if that's it, I guess.
It's right this way.
Right after you. Listen, I want to thank you for showing me around. I really do appreciate it. No, seriously, I do appreciate it.
Well, I am so glad that you did call. I think dinner will prepare me for moving out of that place. It's been terribly lonely without Lee.
Yeah, I can understand that. Oh, by the way, I read his letter. Sounds like he's having a good time.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Thanks for letting me read it. I probably won't be getting much mail from him.
Oh, I think you will.
No, I don't think so. At least I'm not going to hold my breath waiting for it.
I wish you two could get along better.
So do I. But Lee thinks I meddle in his life too much. He doesn't understand that I'm only trying to help.
No, I think he understands that. I think Lee's problem is he doesn't want any help from anybody.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I should just stop trying to run his life and let him do his own thing. Let him make his own mistakes like I did.
You might be right.
There we are.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir. Cheers. To new things.
New things. So, how are things for you over at Blackhawk?
Well, as I told Clarice at the barbecue, busy has taken on a new meaning for me.
Really?
Yeah, staff is more than doubled. We got crews working around the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a real madhouse if it weren't so well organized.
Oh, I tell you, it sounds exciting.
Yeah, I guess maybe it is. I hadn't looked at it that way. It just seems busy to me.
Well, to me, it seems exciting.
Listen, Sally, after dinner, why don't I come over to your apartment and help you pack? How's that sound?
That sounds great. I like that. Thank you.
Good. Anything to help a new future member of the family.
See, when I got too close to that one warehouse, that guard got nervous. I mean, really nervous. He just kind of froze up for a second. Then he tried to steer me away from the area with this excuse about government contracts. And then he looked at his watch, said the tour was over, and ended it fast. Too fast for me, Philip. Too fast.
So you think there really is someone or something that's in that warehouse that you weren't supposed to see?
Yeah, that's the way it felt to me. And I'll tell you something. When somebody tells me that I can't see something, Philip, it just makes me want to see it all that much more. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you something, Sandy. You just might make a newspaper man yet.
You think so?
I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I sure would like to see what's in there, whatever it is.
Huh. From what you've been telling me, so would I. It seems strange to you, really. I mean, think about it. Every time we get just a little bit closer to that Black Hawk project, there always seems to be some kind of a dead end we run into. Now, I'm not sure that everything, all those operations, that's the main place down at the warehouse. But it seems like a good start to me.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I gotta remind you again, Sandy, I don't want you getting into any trouble when you get in there. You understand that?
Philip, I do understand you. Look, I've had a lot of trouble in my life. I don't need any more, believe me.
Good.
No. That place can be very confusing.
Why?
Well, when I was working down there last January, I used to get turned around, you know. I'd end up in the wrong place all the time. And who knows, without a tour guide, the same thing could happen to me again. I mean, I could end up inside that warehouse and see exactly what's going on. You never can tell, right?
You get all the forms filled out for personnel?
Yeah, I got all.
Okay, then. You can go to work.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Well, first thing is you'll be unloading boxes and crates. And the ships, helicopters, and planes.
Ships, helicopters, and planes?
Yeah, we get things as fast as we can. Got a deadline to meet. Whatever it takes is what it takes.
Okay.
Anyway, that's what you'll be doing the first few days. Now, you check them for damage, check them in, but don't uncrate anything. Got that?
Got it. When do we uncrate?
As soon as everything is in, we take what we need as we need it over to 1300 Addison. Start work on the heliport construction, but we don't stop till we have everything.
Right, but why haven't we started yet? Seems like a big job.
Yeah, you're right, it is. But we got another job we have to complete first. Penthouse. It's a rush job, which is why most of the men are over there now and so few of them are over here.
I was wondering about that. It's kind of deserted around here.
Right.
So, why this big rush in the penthouse?
I don't know too much about it, but Mr. Hobson tells me that Mr. Black, the owner of the Black Hawk Project, is coming to Bay City soon. We got to have it ready for him. What can I tell you?
Well, what's this Mr. Black like? I mean, he seems like a man who gets what he wants.
I never met the man. From what I can get from Hobson, neither is he.
Mitch? It's me. Hi, darling. I'm fine. No, really, I'm fine. How are you? Uh-huh. Oh, guess what? Jamie's back. Well, actually, he'd never gone anywhere in the first place. Yeah, he was here in Bay City the whole time. He's just fine. Oh, no, he's not. He's not going to be staying here. He's going to be staying in his own place, and he's got a new job in construction. That's funny. That's exactly what Mom said. Yeah, I think you're both right. Yes, I'm very relieved. Darling, the reason I'm calling is, you know, you invited me to come out there and visit with you. Yeah, well, I was wondering if the invitation was still open. No, of course I mean it. Well, I miss you. Oh, I do too. Well, great. Well, I'm not sure yet. I'll try to make all of my arrangements, okay? And I'll call you as soon as I know. Yeah, I can't wait to. Of course I'm going to bring Matthew. I love you. I'll see you soon. Okay. Okay. All right, darling. Bye-bye.
Arms around me, honey, hold me tight. Cuddle up and cuddle up with all your might.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.